Hey guys, I wanted to talk to you guys about. They said the old self has to die in order to the new self have to emerge. So basically, in order for what you used to be has to go, in order to the new upgraded you has be able to come in. And part of me, I don't want to let go of old self. You know, many different reasons. I can sit here and list them what they are. Why I'm holding to my old self. And it's kind of having conversation with God, right? And because how God created the universe, created everything, created humanity, created our DNA, you know, all self has to die. Cells dies, new one rebirthed. It's like that. This cycle of creation, right? But part of me, I don't want my old self to die. You know, because I like a lot of aspect of my old self. You know, and so why, if something was working, have to die? Can the new be merged with the old if something is really working? Because other thing is also, I'm afraid of losing aspect of myself. If that part of me dies, then that old self that used to help me navigate through life, it would no longer be there, or not be able to access it. you know and that not something I like, per se. You know, I want I want to be able to merge the old with the new. Upgrade. You know, because, okay, for example, my intuition. So if my intuition dies, then how I'm gonna navigate through life? Yes, I could. God could guide me, seeing through things and dissecting things, figuring things out. You know what I'm saying? But what'd be cool? Would be cool to get part of God that it was given to other prophets. You know, all the gifts that were given to other prophets to be able to get. That would be cool. You know, that would be amazing. But so anyhow, you understand what I'm saying, right? Because my intuition helped me figure out who's targeting me. I know him by name. You understand? So that means my intuition is on par. When it dies, I would have known who's targeting me by name. You understand? You understand? So I feel, merging the old self with the new self. Layering, starting like from the foundation, building, to a different, you know. So, for example, if I look at a problem, I usually flip it to many different sides in order to figure out the solution, right? That's what helped me in this, figure things out in this program. All the hate I was getting, whatnot. You guys know we're getting a lot of hate. But anyhow, I figure things out because I just like to know. I like to know what I'm dealing with. I like to understand. I Part of it is, just the way of my fabric, the way I was made. I was made to understand things. You know. you know, and a lot of things, I figure out because I use what God given me. He gave me a brain, I'm using it. But sometimes I reach a glass ceiling, and I think of myself like, I think like, oh, maybe there's no more room to go beyond here. But that's not true, because I put that problem down and I go do something else. I come back to it, and then I kept flipping it. It's like one of those, the thing where you put all what is it called, that the cube, where you put all the colors, same colors at the same side or whatnot. That cube, what is it called? Anyhow, and then I come back and I keep working on it. Then I figure out new things, you know. So there's no glass ceiling. So anyhow, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking is, why the old self has to die, the new one have to emerge. There is room for the new one to be able to come in without the old self having to die. Okay? Especially if you like your old self. I do like my old self. Okay? So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, guys, this is what I'm thinking, and because I feel layering is good. Layering is good. And gaining new gifts, gaining new knowledge, gaining new aspect of yourself you did not know you were there. Stuff like that, knowing yourself. And so that's what I'm thinking. But it would be cool to get aspect of all the prophets, because all the prophets were giving gifts. You know, I want to be able to access, all of their gifts. And for different reasons. I'm not power tripping. I am not power tripping. It's not about, having this power over people, or I'm using it to weaponize it, or no. Because I think some of the gifts are great. No, not some, it's a lot of them. Every gift is great. It's a gift. And to gain access to it would help. It would help me tremendously to evolve as a human being. As a child of God, and sovereign being. You know, because okay, for example, the other thing is, for example, I'm going to give you another example. My ability to defend myself and defend my sovereignty. If that dies, then I have no free will. I have no will to do anything. You understand? So, you may not agree, but this is how I feel. Because of how I operate. If part of that, wisdom or intuition and stuff like that, being able to dissect things and read through the lies and fabrication, being able to read people, I've always been able to read people since I was young, since like I was very young. So before I was even a target individual, if that dies, what I'm saying is, I feel like it's not going to be beneficial to me. Yes, the other aspect of myself, maybe, if that dies, I will not be worried about it, because maybe it's negatively impacting me in a lifetime. So that maybe it's okay to go. But there's a lot of things that I want to stay. I want it for it to to exist because you're just not ready to let it go. Is that because I think it's beneficial to me? It's beneficial, it's helpful for me to be who I am today. Okay? So, what do you think? What do you think, guys? Do you agree or disagree? What do you think about this? Does Max that make sense to you? Yeah. So, if it resonate with you, let me know in the comment section. All right. Take care.